What if I told you that a whole civilization once lived high on the cliffs of America, and then vanished without leaving a trace? Imagine walking into a stone village, carved into the rocks, and finding food still on the floor, tools still in place, but not a single person around. Who were they? Where did they go? And why did they leave so suddenly? Historians have many theories, but the truth is, nobody knows for sure. Some say these people were forced away by hunger or war. Others whisper about strange visitors from the sky, or mysterious beings who lived deep underground. In this journey, we will explore the hidden world of the cliff dwellers, their strange art, their abandoned homes, and the stories that still haunt the deserts today. And if you stay with me until the end, I will share the most chilling mystery of all, a story of giant stone roads that lead to nowhere. So, are you ready to step into the desert shadows and uncover what history tried to forget? In the dry deserts of the American Southwest, the land tells its own story. Towering cliffs rise above red sands, and hidden within these cliffs are entire villages carved from stone. These were the homes of the ancient Anasazi and Pueblo people. Long before modern cities, they built houses inside the rocks, climbing up high walls to reach them. Some homes had many rooms, like giant stone apartments. Others were secret chambers hidden so well, you could walk past them and never know they were there. These people were not wanderers. They were skilled farmers who grew corn and beans in the hard desert soil. They were also traders, carrying turquoise, shells, and even macaw feathers from faraway lands. Their world was not small. It was connected, alive, and full of color. At night, fires glowed in the cliff homes. Children played in the canyons, and elders told stories about the stars above. To live in such a harsh desert, they needed knowledge, courage, and unity. And yet, for all their strength and wisdom, their world would not last forever. The cliffs that once echoed with voices would one day fall silent. But why? What force could erase an entire people from the land they built with so much care? Sometime in the late 1200s, something strange happened. The people of the cliffs, the Anasazi, began to disappear. One by one, their great stone villages were left behind. Imagine this: whole towns standing empty, tools scattered on the ground, half-finished meals left inside the rooms. It was as if everyone stood up, walked away, and never came back. Historians search for answers, but the clues are thin. Some suggest a long drought dried the rivers and killed the crops. Without food, families may have been forced to leave. Others believe war broke out between rival groups, pushing people to abandon their homes. But the mystery runs deeper. If hunger or war was the reason, why were whole regions abandoned at the same time? Why did people vanish so suddenly, instead of slowly fading away? Even today, no one knows for sure. The desert winds still whisper through the empty rooms, as if the voices of the past were never fully gone. The silence of these stone homes feels heavy, almost as if the walls themselves are keeping a secret. What really happened in those final years? And why does it still remain one of the greatest mysteries in American history? The mystery of the vanished cliff dwellers becomes even stranger when we listen to the legends of their descendants. The Hopi and Zuni people, who still live in the Southwest, tell stories passed down for hundreds of years. One of these stories speaks of the ant people. According to tradition, these were not ordinary people at all. They lived deep underground, in hidden chambers beneath the desert. The legends say that during times of disaster, the ant people came up to the surface and led humans into the safety of their underground world. Strange, isn't it? Were these ant people only symbols of survival? Or could they point to something more? Some storytellers describe them as tall beings with large eyes and strange suits, details that sound almost modern. Even more curious are the petroglyphs, ancient drawings carved on canyon walls. Some figures look human, but others seem different. Long bodies, round heads, and shapes that resemble helmets. To some, they look like spirits. To others, they look like visitors from the stars. Could it be that the cliff dwellers vanished because they followed these mysterious beings? Underground? Or were they taken by someone or something that came from above? The legends do not give us straight answers, but they open a door to questions that history books cannot explain. Across the deserts of Arizona, New Mexico, and the Grand Canyon, there are whispers of hidden caves. Some explorers claim they have seen entrances sealed with heavy stone blocks. Others say they have found tunnels that lead deep into the earth, far beyond what normal hands could build. In 1909, a strange story appeared in an Arizona newspaper. It told of a man who found a hidden cave inside the Grand Canyon. According to the report, the cave was filled with carved statues, strange writings, and even signs of an ancient people who did not match the native tribes. The story was quickly forgotten, or perhaps buried on purpose. Even today, hikers and adventurers sometimes talk about strange chambers, hidden behind walls or cracks in the cliffs. But when people try to explore too far, those caves are often declared off-limits by authorities. Why? Some say it is for safety. Others believe it is to keep secrets locked away. Legends among the tribes also speak of forbidden places, sacred, openings to the underworld, guarded and never to be entered. These were not just empty caves. They were believed to be doorways leading to another realm. Were the vanished cliff dwellers connected to these hidden entrances? Did they find refuge underground? Or were they protecting something much older than themselves? The desert still holds its secrets, and many believe that the truth remains hidden, sealed inside the rocks, waiting for the right eyes to see. When history leaves gaps, people try to fill them with stories. And the story of the vanished cliff dwellers has inspired some of the strangest theories of all. One idea is that the Anasazi never truly disappeared. Instead, they went underground, not just into caves, but into vast hidden cities beneath the desert. According to this view, the people joined the mysterious ant beings and never returned. Another theory claims they were not alone in their time. Some believe travelers from across the ocean reached America long before Columbus. They may have brought new ideas, new tools, or even new beliefs that changed the cliff dwellers forever. But if such visitors came, their traces are faint, hidden, or erased. Others go even further. They suggest the cliff dwellers were taken, not by war, not by famine, but by beings from the sky. Strange lights have long been reported in the southwest. Skies. Could the ancient stories of star people be memories of something real? Of course, scholars warn against these ideas. They say drought, hunger, and conflict are enough to explain the mystery. But then, why do the legends of the people themselves speak so strongly about beings from below and visitors from above? Perhaps the real answer is a mix, a natural struggle for survival, colored by spiritual visions and ancient encounters we cannot yet understand. Whatever the truth, the forbidden theories keep the mystery alive, reminding us that history is not always as clear as it seems. Even after the cliff homes were left empty, one final riddle remained. Across the desert, especially near Chaco Canyon, the Anasazi built massive stone roads. Some were straight for miles, cutting through hills and desert as if nothing could stop them. But here is the strange part. These roads did not lead to rivers, towns, or farms. Many of them ended in empty space, stopping suddenly in the middle of the desert. It was as if they were made for travelers who never arrived, or for journeys that were never finished. Why would a people struggling to survive waste so much effort on roads to nowhere? Some suggest they were ceremonial paths meant for spiritual journeys instead of physical ones. Others wonder if they were meant for someone or something far greater dot, standing on these roads today. Surrounded by silence, it feels like they were waiting for a visitor who never came. Or perhaps one that did dot. This is the final mystery of the cliff dwellers. Their homes, their legends, and their roads all point to something bigger than survival. They point to a story that is unfinished, still echoing in the deserts of the Southwest. The story of the cliff dwellers is a story without an ending. We saw how they built great homes in the cliffs, how they vanished without warning, and how their legends speak of beings from below and visitors from above. We looked at caves that are sealed and roads that lead to nowhere. And still, the questions remain. Did they leave because of hunger and war? Or did they step into another world, one we can only imagine? The silence of their stone villages speaks louder than any answer we have. And maybe that is the greatest mystery of all, that some truths are not lost, but hidden, waiting for us to look deeper. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to subscribe and join us again, because in our next video, we will explore another forgotten chapter of history, one that may connect even more deeply to these mysteries. Until then, keep your mind open and keep searching the quiet corners of the past.